Do we want to do our tent?
Yeah, we could do our tent. So, why don't you explain how we divided?
So we decided on the copper spur for 2 people. And
Big Agnes.
Yeah, by Big Agnes. And it weighs like less than 2 pounds, and we split it up. I carried the inner part of the tent. What I really liked about this tent was that there were 2 separate doors and 2 separate vestibules. So that was really nice in case someone had to get up in the night to go pee. The one thing that was kind of disappointing is that we had a couple of tears. Let's see if I can find it.
Oh yeah.
Which
I feel like we got lucky though compared to everybody.
Which was yeah, we definitely did. There were a lot of people who had tents that their zippers broke pretty early on. But we had to fix a couple of holes, which wasn't a big deal. And then one of our zippers near the end stopped working, which was kind of frustrating.
Just the end part.
I mean, what do you expect out of a tent that lasts you 5.5 months that you use every night? So I really like this tent a lot. Lightweight, very.
And it kept us dry.
Yeah, it always kept us dry.
Which is a big deal.
And I would just put this on the top of my pack and just fold it up, kind of protecting the netting and just stuffing it on the top. I kept it on the top so that at the end of the day when we were done, I could just pull this out without having to unpack everything from my pack just to set up the tent.
And a couple of things I'll add to that. The holes in the netting close to the zipper, that was caused just because there's a lot of tension. That zipper, once you set it up, you'll see that like that zipper has a lot of tension on it. And that's also what caused the zipper at the very end on one side to kind of stop working, and we'd have to be very careful with it. But, I mean, other people had to replace their zippers completely. We got really lucky with mice. Mice can be a really big problem in Washington. Yeah. And we just got super lucky. Oh, yeah, we used the stakes that came with it.
And I really like the tub floor, that the sides came up. Because in the desert, when it's really windy, you have that sand just go over the tent. So if you have your rain flap over it, then the tub that covers it on the side, the sand won't get into your tent, which was pretty nice.
It's the copper spur UL2. That's the... Anyway, and this is the rain fly. That's what I would take. I just had the poles and the rain fly. And then... Oh, one more thing about tents is that... So, like... They will keep you dry. The Big Agnes, most tents I think will keep you dry in a downpour. But the problem is when you have to get up and keep going, your tent is wet. You have to fold it up, which makes everything, with the tent, it's just soaked. And the problem would be is if you keep hiking and it doesn't stop raining and the following night it's still raining and you have to set up your wet tent, like everything's going to be soaking wet. We only had that situation a couple of times and it wasn't super bad, but other than that, like if you have, like we would just be really cognizant about like, hey, it stopped raining, why don't we just take a break and let our tent dry? And they dry really, really quick. Whatever that material the Big Agnes is made of, it dries quick.
Don't open that, you're gonna get that whole house.
Oh yeah.
Gross.
You're right. This is dirty.
Yeah. Everyone knows what Tyvek is.
Just get some Tyvek. That's what you need. Don't
ground sheet, because the tent is made out of a super light material on the bottom, and a lot of the places where you're gonna set up your tent are gonna be rocky or could just wear out the bottom of that tent.
So
I would definitely carry a piece of Tyvek, which is pretty cheap. Make sure you wash the Tyvek before you go out on your trip, or else it's just going to be kind of like stiff. So, awesome investment.
Super cheap on we got it on an eBay store.
I wouldn't bother putting the holes in with the tape that the person selling it may send you, we never use these the whole time. So.
Yep.